It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren. This is a real sports podcast for real fans.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct. It's our fourth and short segment on Monday afternoon. This is Week 9 analysis of Week 9 of the NFL. A lot to get into tonight, but before I meet the crew, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also share the channel. Make sure on the podcast side, when on those that are hearing me on the podcast side, make sure you give us that I said it yesterday, 5-star review. 555. Give us that 5-star review. Make sure you share the podcast. With that said, let's meet the crew. D-Dub, what's good? D-Dub, the hat.
Good.
I'm gonna call him the Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter, what's good? What's
Mad
good?
Hatter has on a Bengals hat.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, they did their work last night. Put them frauds to sleep early. So,
The Buffer
let's get it, man.
frauds.
Buffer fraud.
Buffer fraud. The DA, what's up? DA, what's up, bro? How are you, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah.
Mama Warren, I am promising you, Mama Warren, that I'm going to be all right tonight. Your sons have tried to push me, but I'm coming up.
Crazy.
On the rough side of the mountain.
The mountain.
I'm doing my very best.
Oh, she's gonna be proud. That was her
To
song.
make
man.
it in. He's doing his very best to make it in.
That's her song.
That's her song.
Well,
Shout out to my mom. Shout out
that's
to
it,
my
man.
ass, man.
That's it
Thank
now.
you.
That's it now. Well,
That's it. Hey, let's go to the NFL. Let's go to the NFL real quick. This
Stop.
game. Stop. Okay, he said stop. Go ahead. I'm stopping.
the refs weren't shit last night and
Facts.
yesterday too. Just so you know that we have now, if you wanted to have some consistency in the calls that were being called, just know you wasn't going to get them yesterday. Now, let's get to the games. I just want y'all to know that this is week 9 of the refs being bad. Let's go.
Yo, not only that, Kev, hold on one more.
Go ahead.
And Mac Jones, Washington Redskins played New England, and it was a hit. And the
Commanders.
refs,
It wasn't
the Commanders, the Commanders, lineman, linebacker, one of them,
Yeah,
hit
laid him down
Mac
gently as
Jones.
a baby.
laid him down nicely with the pillow.
Boy, you wouldn't have
And
put
they
your baby
called
down no better.
Personal foul.
Roughing
the
the
passer.
pass.
Rough
It was a sack.
It
And
was
they
awful.
called roughing the pass.
I think
I said,
they
man,
thought
the
Tom was still
NFL
there.
has a
They thought Tommy
problem.
was still there.
The NFL has a problem, and I don't know. Every week in, week out, we talking about it.
They thought Tommy
And-
was still there. That's all that was.
Yeah,
It
and
was-
they don't seem to care. Like
It was a
nobody
reflex.
cares.
It was a reflex.
And the defense is
If
getting
you hit a
harder and
quarterback
harder to play.
New England like
defense,
that for
and
the
I don't know
last
what-
10 years. 10
Yeah.
years. Last 15, 20 years. If you hit a quarterback like that in the last 20 years, 15 years. Because the first 5, they was tearing Brady up. It didn't matter what happened to him. They killed him too. But so they thought it was Tom. And they they do the flag and then they say, that's Mac Jones, man. Shoot.
Bro.
They killed him, but they thought it was Tom. That was the problem.
Yeah,
That was the problem,
Yeah.
man. They thought it was Tom Brady.
the inconsistency is really ridiculous, Kev. I don't know what else to say. I mean,
And nothing to say.
There's nothing really
it's
to
hard
say.
for the defense to play, man.
yeah,
It really is. It really is. It's hard for the defense to play. So
And just keep in mind, I'm not going to say another word about it, how they weaponized the pass interference, right? So they actually said it. They actually said it in the game when Dallas was playing against Philadelphia in the game What's the running back? I mean, the tight end from that was doing the game used to be at Olsen.
Oh, Olsen.
He said, Dak just throw it up there to try to get a PI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that means you're weaponizing the play. You're weaponizing the call because there was no PI, and I'm glad the refs didn't call it because it's going to be contact both ways. So the reality is we just can't call it one way on that contact, and that's the problem because the percentage of times pass interference is called on the offense has got to be 5%, and the rest is 90% is on the defense. So yeah, again, I'm done with refs. I can get to the games.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Mike Mills, what's up, bro? How are you today? Mike should be happy. His Ravens,
best team in the league, playing the
best team in the league. They put a beat down on Seattle. Why not? Switch your logo around in the back for me, Mike, please, so we can let them know that we're the sports chasers for sure, sir. Let me get into it. The Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. They're in Frankfurt, Germany, playing a game yesterday. Supposed to be a home game for the Chiefs. The Chiefs prevailed. They beat the Dolphins 21-14. The Chiefs got out to a early start, 21-7. And let me just read it from the AP. Patrick Mahomes said teammate Brian Cook looked as if he was running the anchor leg of a 4x100-meter track and field relay on his touchdown. The Chiefs safety took a fumble return 59 yards for what turned out to be an important touchdown in Kansas City's 21-14 victory over the Miami Dolphins that Sunday at Deutsche Bank Park. By the numbers, we got Patrick Mahomes. He was 20 of 30, 185 yards, 2 TDs. Pacheco, he was 16 of 66 rushing the ball. His longest was 9. They didn't do much on the offensive thing as they could have. Very pedestrian. And Tua was 21 of 34 for the Dolphins, 192 yards, 1 TD. Mostert was 12 of 85, 1 TD. And, on the show, we have definitely talked about how the Chiefs don't play defense, and they played defense yesterday. I'll give it to the DA. Your thoughts on the Chiefs and the Dolphins?
Yeah, listen, first and foremost, I am not going to come down on Tua. He had a good game, like a really good game, actually. The end of the game, he pissed his leg, but he had a really good game, other than the last fumble, which is weird. But the Chiefs' defense, they didn't do anything. Like, they're not that good. So, and I don't know why nobody by the end of the season takes advantage of this, but they're really not that good. Most of it tore them apart. They were Waller was on one leg catching balls. Like the Dolphins didn't have a problem moving the ball on their defense, period. They had a problem putting it in the end zone. Tyreek fumbled one. Tyreek missed a few passes. Those things happen. But as far as me giving the Chiefs a bunch of credit, I would rather give the Dolphins defense credit for what they did to Kansas City, because they held Kelsey down.
Yes.
They put Pat Ramsey on them, and that was that for that. That was
Kelsey
done.
Was a non-existence.
They played great defense, and I think Miami's problem is what we talked about as we watched the game is that they haven't beat a good team, and I don't know why yet. I mean, forget all the excuses you hear on the TV. Those motion doesn't work when you're playing away. You got to be doing it when you're home. And none of that matters to me. The fact is they haven't beat a good team. Now, that could be some of that could be scheduling, but at least 75% of that is the fact that the Dolphins haven't beat a team with a winning record. They're going to have to do that if they're going to want to be champions. This is a blip.
The DA said it. I didn't say it. He said it.
Huh?
I'm just following those my folks down here. He said it, not me. Even though
I think that was a blip. I think they're a good team. And I think they'll get to the end of the year right if they can start winning some games in the fourth quarter. They've been winning games quarters 1 through 3 the whole season. They just don't win the fourth quarter a whole bunch. So that's a learning thing. You got to get your teeth kicked in to be a fourth quarter winning team, because that's definitely something you got to learn. Unless you're CJ Stroud and you kind of just you're born with it. But Yeah, I don't have no problems with the game. I thought it was a good game actually, for the most part. And when we was on the phone talking about it, I said, I thought the Dolphins were going to win that game because of the way they moved the ball. They moved the ball at will. But you throw it to Tyreek and he pissed the leg and he pissed the ball too. So it was a big play. So Mike Mills, whoever, y'all can take it, but I'm not mad at either one. It was a good game. Go
ahead, Mike. What you got? Dolphins and Chiefs.
I'm gonna disagree with the DA. I'm gonna say the Chiefs' defense isn't bad. They're not great neither, but they're not bad. I feel like they're actually playing defense. I feel like they're showing effort because their offense hasn't been what it's supposed to have been. Like, because now you starting to see like the chinks in the armor. Like their offense isn't going out there and getting them 1 million points a game. So we're gonna see if their defense can keep playing the way they've been playing, or if their offense is going to wake up, one or the other.
Michael, man, one thing, you're right in that respect. The reality is that for this season, and because you have a good defense this year, Mike. Your team has a great defense, so you know the difference. But the Kansas City has been winning this year because of their defense. They're just not a great defense. That's what
they okay, and they show an effort, and that's really what it be with a lot of defenses. Like they got a couple names, but they showing like the sum of their parts, like it's clicking. But their offense was gonna have to wake up because I don't know how much longer they could live like this. The Dolphins, on the other hand, I don't want to say they're like Buffalo, but it's similarities. These warm weather teams, they're not built to be in these dog fights and these slow games. So Kansas City slowed it up for them. Yeah, they had the ball and they got the yardage, but they ain't scored. And that's really all that matters if we stop you from scoring. So the Dolphins just gonna have to do better against these better teams. Yeah, you win in the games you're supposed to win, of course. Those are the gimme games. But like you said, when it gets to the end of the year, everybody's a good team. So
100%. D-Dub, your thoughts, Dolphins, Chiefs in Germany.
Bengals hat.
Yeah, I'm going to start with. Let me start with the Chiefs.
The man had
Chiefs. The Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs got the number 4 defense in the league coming into. If we're going through week 8, I mean, they had a number 4 defense. They're not that good on a rushing side, but on the passing defense, they're number 2 of 176 yards allowed. So I mean, Chiefs did a good job as far as shutting down Miami. Now, let's get to Miami. Miami. Listen, I don't want to hear nothing about them really until they beat somebody. All right, because you beat up on the Giants. Okay, cool. You beat up on the Broncos. You beat up on a lot of lesser charged teams. So you beat up on the Panthers. But when it came to the Eagles, the Chiefs, and you got an L. So you can't, and the Buffalo Bills. So you can't beat. You need a signature win throughout your season, and they don't have one. So now you look down the road. Okay, they got the Raiders, they got the Jets twice, right? So you got the Commanders. That's possible. I mean, and they got the Cowboys. So you got to do something, man. You got to do something. You got to at least beat the Jets twice and beat the Cowboys, and then you got the Ravens. So Miami got some work to do.
Once, I think the Jets gonna get them once. So.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with you on that. But I'm just saying for them to, for me to, and for people to, take them seriously, because right now, man, they had 6-3 in a weak AFC East because Buffalo just showed you who they was last night. They got smoked, and New England's trash. Say that again, D.
I said they'll never beat that dude again in Buffalo. Buffalo never beat that kid.
So, Miami got some work to do. So, shout outs to all the Miami fans, but your team got some work to do. I know it looks good when you beat up on weaker opponents, but you got to get a signature win. A couple of
them. Gotcha.
You go, Debbie. They won't beat the Cowboys. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. But then again, I don't know. The Cowboys.
You know how the Cowboys do.
You know how the Cowboys cowboy. They Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, man.
Games. Are they next? We talking about them next?
Yeah. Go ahead. Who's next?
We'll talk about the Cowboys. Let's go to
Go ahead, Mike.
Boy, talk about racking up yards and not scoring. Like they just was not. They just Dak had like 3 something. Like he was slinging the ball and not scoring.
All over the place.
And then the referees gave them the game. They put them at the end. They put them at the goal line. They put them at the goal line, and they couldn't finish. That was the
trash
shit I ever seen. Like C.J. Stroud made it straight off the arm play. Dak got there with the refs and still couldn't finish it. But Eagles offense looked bad this week. Well, they looked bad a couple times this year. It's like they have a good game and then they have a real bad game, but they find ways to win. And that's always important in sports. Like you got to find ways to win, whether you on your cue or not. I think they on bye this week, so maybe Jalen Hurts to get some rest because he was out there looking. He been looking bad all year too.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt yesterday though.
Oh no, you won't say that he's hurt. Either you're hurt or you play.
Whatever.
He got hurt in the game. He got hurt in the game yesterday. So
yeah, like all year he ain't really look like himself. Like he's been having like flashes, but he ain't really look like himself. But good win for the Eagles. You know, put a little. Well, they only won 1 loss, right? Yeah, put a little separation between them and the competitors, who's really only the Cowboys now. So, just good win for the Eagles. Cowboys pick up.
Let me just hop on what Mills just said here. Talk about a team that's racking up points and yardage and doing nothing. The Cowboys were 333 yards passing, 73 yards rushing, for a grand total of 406 yards. Meanwhile, the Eagles just a pedestrian 183, 109, or a grand total of 292 yards. Dak almost damn near passed for 374 yards, 3 TDs, and
had a great game.
Had a great, awesome game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put this on Dak? Do you put this on the defense? What do you put it on? Man.
They lost. Team. Everybody
lost together.
Everybody get a piece of that pot because Dak did what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Except for, he stepped out of bounds trying to get his 2-point. And the tight end caught it, and it was just weird. But 1D came down first, man. And so it was 4th down, turn that ball over. Even though they gave the ball right back, they did punt it back to them, and they had to work the rest of that field to get it down there. So, listen, man, I think some of that's like the Cowboys curse, I guess, because you would have never thought when that kid caught that ball, at the tight end, and they were running up and down the field, you saw it was a touchdown. Like, it was a touchdown. And then once somebody said in the book, well, that left knee looked like it hit the ground first.
Yeah.
And then you start looking at it more, it's like, damn, it happened again. Because they were there.
Mm-hmm.
They were there. And they ran the right play. Everything about that play was righteous, man, except for his left knee hit the ground before his right knee did. That's
Ain't
it.
That something?
Like physics. And like the curse of like Harvey Martin or somebody, old cowboy dudes. Like something happened because bam. Then they had to get the ball back. And then, dude tried to get the 2-point and he stepped out. Everybody thought he did it, but he stepped out of bounds. Like, dog, this might be a little bit of attention to detail because they did have some plays at the end of the game where time wasn't right. Like they should have spiked the ball. And they could have got 2 plays instead of that one last play. But that comes from what they do in practice. And I really don't know if they go over situational football. What happens in this situation? What do you do in that situation?
Wait a minute. The
Every
Cowboys?
NFL guy I hear talk about it says, we practice that. So we know exactly what to do when we're in this, situation. And it just seems that Dallas never knows. They never, ever know what to do.
What about the playoffs back there a couple of years ago? Was it last year?
If anybody should know, the Cowboys should know about. They've been in more situational situations than a little bit.
Situationships.
Yeah. So it's like, how do you not know? How do you not prepare for this stuff? You should, if anybody should know, because of the stuff they've been through over the years, they should know. They should be practicing. They should have this paying attention to detail stuff.
I think about what was that, the referee play? What was that, last year or the year before?
Last year, the one that they was trying to they had to give the ball to the referee, but they didn't give the ball to the referee. They spiked the ball and they said, "Yo, you gotta give me the ball, and then I'll give you the ball."
Yeah. I mean, that's and
this stuff.
Those out there might say, we're nitpicking because they're the Cowboys. No, when with this hat on, I have no right to nitpick about nothing. We're just talking about the facts. And the facts is, like DA says, they have, under McCarthy, they have this tendency not to pay attention to the little minor details that,
not really that minor, but yeah, they just don't get that shit right.
I was trying to give them out, D.
No, but they don't get it right because when it happens one year, then it's okay.
Yeah.
But when it happens 2-3 years in a row, then there's something wrong with your practice, like your practice schedule, how the length of time you have practice, and what you're practicing when you are.
Do they practice at all?
They do have to practice. They do practice, but what I'm saying is they're not going over the right things at practice. That's what they're just not going over the right things.
Okay. Well, the Eagles are the best in the league. They're 8-1. Cowboys fall to 5-3.
What was that final? 28-23.
Yeah, 28-23.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Dak. Yeah, like you said, I don't blame Dak. Dak, it was 29-44, man. Come on, man. I mean, dude, he balled out.
He shouldn't have done 44 times.
CeeDee Lamb, 11. Wait, he was targeted 16 times, 11 catches, 191 yards. I mean, the offense. CeeDee Lamb was killing it. So it just comes down to execution and plays, man. You know what I'm saying? That you got to execute, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, his foot, he stepped out of bounds. I mean, that can happen. But again, there's just those things that happen, man. And Cowboys fall 5-3, and their schedule is a little bit.
Yeah, what's their schedule?
As far as I see, let me see here. Cowboys have the New York Giants. Man, Jesus, man. The Cowboys. This is okay. They took a loss. They play the Giants. That's a win. Yep. Panthers. That's a win. Commanders. That's a win. Seahawks might be a problem. Maybe after that performance they put on yesterday. The Eagles. That's going to be another probably L. They got Buffalo. That's going to be.
Where's that game at?
That's at Buffalo, so that might be something hard. Man, they got two. They got Buffalo. Yeah, they got Buffalo at Dolphins, back to back.
Wow.
The December 17th and December 24th.
We'll see how real they are.
Yeah. We'll see how real they are. Merry Christmas, right?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Yep. Let's go to the next game. We got some. To me, this is the feel good game of the day. The Vikings and the Falcons. The Vikings wind up pulling this game out 31-28. My main man, Joshua Dobbs, man, he was 20 of 30, 158 yards. I'm sorry?
NASA, man. He's a damn rocket engineer, man.
Well, he absolutely, with no practice, not even knowing his teammates, he got it yesterday, man. And to me,
I should have traded for him.
It was the most feel-good story. Mike, don't even start me. Please, don't even start me. That game is not even in the docket. But I got something for the Giants at the end. I got something.
Get open. I got you. Got in the huddle. He said, they told him to play on the sideline because he couldn't have had more than one play. They're in his helmet, so they give him the, they tell him, you listen, run it. So you'll look, this is your first read, second read, throw it. If not, run. And it worked.
And he did. And he ran.
Atlanta's defense is
18-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
I thought this was an amazing story, Kev. Yeah. Sorry, D.
It's absolutely a really good feel-good story. He was playing in Arizona, right? He was with the Cardinals. He was playing fairly decent. And then he gets traded because of what happened to Cousins. Go ahead, D.
So this is even better. I don't want to hear about you third string quarterbacks that get no snaps. I don't want to hear about you second strings.
We talked about that. We talked.
Don't get no snaps. This man comes in here, don't even know his team. Get the please. Go ahead, D.
My thing is, dude, don't have a job like a full. Listen, man,
he's been on. How many teams he's been on in the last couple of months?
Dude, I remember watching dude when he played at Tennessee. He was a bad boy in college.
Yes.
Right. And then when he got to the Titans, he went to Pittsburgh, backup. He's
Pittsburgh first,
after
right?
Your man,
Bubby.
Who doesn't help.
Say Bubby. I mean,
doesn't help young guys. So that's a Roethlisberger. He doesn't help young guys get better.
If you don't know, DA has an affinity for Ben. Go ahead.
Well, that's what Ben said. Not me saying that. Ben said that. So that's what Ben said. He doesn't.
Yes,
help
he did.
That's his words,
yes.
Right? So then he got let go. He went back to NASA, like he went back to his job doing the rocket science thing that he does. So he's out of football. They brought him back last year with the Tennessee Titans, and he almost beat Dallas in the final game of the year to go to the playoffs last year.
Yep, it was that close.
Right? Just so you know, like it was real. Comes back this year. Put him on what's that? The Arizona. Balls out. Completely out. They lose Kirk Cousins here. He goes out there, starts and wins. Now, golly gee, wait till he learns the freaking offense. Right? Things will be crazy. Him and Justin Jefferson may go off. But the reality is, again, like you said, D, these second, third string dudes, I'm not trying to hear you don't know what you're doing when you're going out there. This dude didn't know.
Literally got traded on Tuesday. Dude didn't
know where the bathroom was, B.
Went out there. They gave him the plays and stuff. He got situated with the team on Thursday. Friday, they do their little walkthrough. He's trying to find an apartment and stuff like that. Saturday, they fly to Atlanta, and that's it, man. Like I said, this is the most feel-good story of the NFL this week. I'm happy for this dude, Joshua Dobbs.
Joshua Dobbs is literally learning the center and snapping the ball on the sidelines. He was snapping the ball. Didn't know this guy snapping the ball, practicing cadence, things of that nature.
Because Minnesota's other quarterback, he got hurt, and then Dobbs had to come in.
Yes.
Literally, when he got hurt, he was like, "Oh shoot, you it?"
Oh, we look at
Jaren Hall. Jaren Hall was 5 or 6.
Got hurt.
Dobbs had to come in.
Consummate professional, man. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all. I got nothing else to that, man.
Really good feel-good story. Shout out to Minnesota. They keep winning. And like DA said, imagine when Jefferson gets back, what that's going to look like, and he learns the offense. Whoa, okay. Mills, what you got on this game before we move
on? Shout out to Josh Dobbs because Arizona kicked him to the curb, and the man went out there and won. So he keeping Minnesota little playoff hopes alive. And I like Heineke down there in Atlanta. He looked way better than Ritter. So shout out to him too. Man.
Facts.
Heineke looked all right out there.
Heineke is he's a solid quarterback.
They had him on the ball lanes for like 215 yards. I'm like, he gotta break down.
Mike, we're supposed to be having some expert going here pretty soon about that. Go ahead.
But they had good quarterback play on both sides. I mean, a couple turnovers on the other side, but shout out to Josh Dobbs, man. He came off the street and won. So that should be inspiration for the rest of you guys who's sitting there waiting for your opportunity.
Definitely. That's a fact.
Definitely. So Minnesota's now 5-4. The Falcons are now 4-5. So we definitely do this. And we'll go to this next game. The other Dallas Cowboys for life. Corey Davis, what's up, bro? Thanks for my main man Corey for chiming in. A huge Cowboys fan. You just missed us talking about your boys. Y'all should have won that.
That's it.
Yeah. Let's go into
the brother. Y'all got to get better. Do better. That's all. No.
Let's go into the second feel-good story of the day. My main man, the dude Stroud. He's CJ Stroud. Listen, I was watching this game on the NFL. The Red Zone, and they was going back and forth. I felt good for Baker Mayfield when he threw that touchdown. I was like, okay, Minnesota.
Baker been playing this year.
Baker's been balling out.
Yeah.
He's been balling out. The Texans get the win 39-37 from the AP. Let me read this. It says down by 4 with less than a minute to go. Sunday, rookie quarterback CJ Stroud had complete confidence that he could rally the Texans to a victory. He said, "Give me the ball." He said, "Call the plays. I'm going to make the plays." Stroud threw for 5 touchdowns and a rookie record 470 yards to lift. Wow, that was a record yesterday. The Texans to a 39-37 win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a wild back and forth game. It definitely was wild. Baker Mayfield put the Buccaneers on top with a 14-yard touchdown, to K. Otrin with 46 seconds left. By the numbers here, Stroud was 30 for 42, 470 yards, 5 TDs. I don't like that he threw that ball out, but he was confident in it, and he knows the offense now, right? Mayfield was 21 of 30, 265 yards, 2 TDs. He did not throw any interceptions. White ran the ball for 20 of 73, but this was a back and forth game. I'll give it to D-Dub. Your thoughts on this?
This is a...
Yes, because so many quarterbacks have not been delivering, the younger ones, and go ahead.
Yeah, it hasn't. The quarterback play has been garbage, man. It's really been horrible, man. You ask anybody, it's not been that great. But, shout outs to CJ Stroud and his other rookie, Tank Dell, wide receiver. He came from Houston. Very good, very good. I seen him during preseason, and I was like, man, this kid, he might have something here. But shout outs to Houston. They trucking along, and good quarterback play from the guys. And yeah, you mentioned Baker Mayfield. Buccaneers is playing pretty good. I mean, they 3-5, but Baker has had a pretty good solid year this year. So
very much.
This is just a good game. Two teams, they're trying to find their way. I don't see any one of them being at the end, but shout outs to them. Good game though.
I just wanted to say, like we alluded to about the quarterback play and how this was, CJ Stroud and how some other rookies have struggled, and we see how CJ Stroud, he was able to put things together yesterday and have a rookie record, man. So impressive.
470 yards, man. I mean, that's pretty.
The first week though, so
yeah.
The kid could play. He showed everyone last year. He almost beat Georgia. Like Georgia wouldn't have been the championship had the game been another 5 minutes longer, because him and Ohio State were doing that thing last year against Georgia in the national playoff last year. He is I guess an outlier, because I believe that all rookie quarterbacks need to sit and watch. That's why you get bad play from rookies, because they're not ready to play yet. They're either not in the right system, because remember, you're drafting a quarterback to come to you sometimes the same time a coach is coming to you. So you don't necessarily have a new system that's in place for that rookie to, have a year or two under watching someone else play in it and learn what he needs to do. It seems to me that CJ Stroud they just moved the Ohio State system over to him. He's extremely comfortable with what he's doing. D'Amico Ryans is more of a defensive guy, so he probably just brought the offensive guy and say, "Yeah, look, do something he's comfortable with, right?" Which is the same thing that his boy in Chicago was saying. Coach, I got to do things I'm good at. Don't have me trying to be Aaron Rodgers and I'm not. I like to run it. I like to throw it. I like to do this. This guy's more of a pocket quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's very confident. He slung that thing in Ohio State and he's throwing it here. So I'm happy for him, but I don't disparage other rookie quarterbacks, because most of those dudes shouldn't be playing right now. They should be watching someone else in that offense to get good at it. So go ahead, CJ, keep doing what you're doing. And for Baker Mayfield, I think you got a job, buddy. And I think you'll be there, going forward until something goes wrong. But he's been absolutely positively balling out in Texas. I mean, in Tampa Bay. So.
Yeah. Hey, and Kev, shout outs to all the Carolina fans who was very mad that they didn't get CJ Stroud. I talked to a couple, man. They are upset, man. They like, what in the world?
But that's that D was saying, and we've been saying that. People forget, and I hate to be the old guy, but whatever. I got some gray in my beard. There used to be a time where the quarterback used to sit. be an apprentice for a year or so, and sit and watch. And D just, I mean, maybe the light bulb went off for me. I didn't know they tried to bring the stuff that he did at Ohio State to what he's doing now. Some coaches are stubborn. Shout out to the Texans for not being stubborn and doing something where the young man can do what he does with a system that he had in a thing. Because some coaches can be very, very, very stubborn. Some college coaches can be stubborn. What did Saban say? My job isn't to get them ready for the NFL. And he's right. Right? His job is to help them win on that level.
And that wasn't a shot at Bryce Young. Bryce Young is still, he's still a solid quarterback. He's on a bad team. Just ain't got the talent on that Carolina team. Yeah, so that's not a shot at Bryce. Bryce might be able to turn it around, but he's been, those are the cards he's been dealt, and he's just gonna have to work his way out of it. I mean, along with some help. So he's gonna need some help.
Yeah, and hopefully Frank Reich can turn it around and get him some O-line help.
Yeah,
we'll see. Mike Mills, your thoughts on this game, real quick?
Shout out to CJ Stroud. He's out here breaking narratives. You know what they say about Ohio State quarterbacks.
Yeah,
so he looked good. And then, like DA said, they don't have an offensive coach. So, this guy might be the outlier. He might be the chosen one on the low. But the Buccaneers is crazy because, they've been playing good defense all year. And then Baker go out there and give them 30 points and they get their ass handed to them. So
no defense that game.
Yeah, they ain't play no defense. And then it's like that division is bad. So they really still in it. So it's just buckle up. If Baker give them a couple more performances like that, they're a playoff team. Because remember, Minnesota don't got no quarterback now. Dobbs look cool, but we don't know what's gonna happen there. So
yeah,
and the Saints are number one in that division, and they're really not that good. So.
You don't know who you getting with them.
Yeah.
Derek Carr got Kirk Cousins syndrome.
Jesus.
If we would name episodes, this would be that Kirk Cousins syndrome. Let me move on. Buffalo Bills went to Cincinnati and is on to Cincinnati, and the Bengals disposed of the Bills 24.
Burn that hat. Burn it.
24-18. Listen, the Bengals have gotten themselves together. They're 5-3. They've won 4 out of their last 5. And the Bills are 5-4. By the numbers, Burrows was 31-44, 248 yards, 2 TDs. Mixon, he rushed for 37 yards on 14 attempts, 1 TD. Josh Allen, he was 26-38, 1 TD, and 1 interception. And this rushing attack by the Bills, Allen was the lead rusher.
Come on, man.
Was 20. So, general manager Mike Mills, Buffalo Bills, y'all might need to hire Mike Mills. He'll probably can do the job probably from his location where he's at. I don't think he's willing to move up to Orchard Park, New York, where it's cold.
I'll move to Buffalo. I don't care for a bag. It don't matter. We could do Buffalo.
Yeah.
I get a winter coat.
What's your thoughts on this game, winter coat? What you got?
My thoughts on this game is my thoughts on Buffalo every week, man. Especially because their defense is broke up now. This team is not built to be roughhoused. They're just not. So they don't run the ball like they should. And it's not like they don't have options to run the ball. They have options to run the ball. They had options to run the ball the couple years they've been good. First, they had Singletary back there. Now they got my man Cook. They got options. They just don't run the ball. They want it to be the Josh Allen show. And this is what you get. So now they tread in water when they should be running away with their division because they did beat Miami head-to-head. Now they just tread in water. Joe Burrow is healthy, so the Bengals are looking like the Bengals again. We do our weekly picks, and I was looking at this game, and I was like, damn, the fan in me wants to pick the Buffalo Bills because I hate the Bengals. But I knew they was going to win. They just got their number at this point. The score made it look close because they got a little touchdown at the end and made it a little game. But when it came to getting 3 down, then it came to getting the first down, the Bengals punched them in the mouth, ran the ball, got the first down, won the game. So that's all it is to it. Buffalo just not built for these physical contests.
We'll give it to the DA. DA, your thoughts on this game?
Fraud, man. Buffalo's a fraud. been telling y'all for 3 years, man. This team is a fraud. All right, I cannot. That vaunted defense. Statistics always tell the story you wanted to tell. But the wins is what I look at. And yeah, they can't beat this team. They just can't beat this team. I don't know why they can't, because they should be. But they don't run the ball. They have running backs on the roster that they're paying, but they don't use them. And defensively, Joe Burrow always gets these guys. It's not that they're a horrible team, but the reality is that, Josh Allen's still throwing the ball to the other team on a game basis, every game. And I've said it off air, and I'm going to say it on air now. When are we going to start to say that Josh Allen is being the Josh Allen of year 1 rather than the Josh Allen of year 2 and 3?
Seems like some regression
to the mean.
Yeah.
To what it used to be. He still got a howitzer for an arm, but if you throw it to the other team, it doesn't matter.
You ain't gonna let that go.
We'll see what they do the rest of the year, and I wish them well, because I'm never going to wish anybody bad. So I wish them well, but I'm just not sure they are what we think they are, as Denny Green would say. So that's it for Buffalo, and yeah, Cincinnati. It looks like they're going to give. We'll see by the playoffs, but they are playing like they're ready to give Baltimore a little problem. But I just think Baltimore has too much team for them. But we'll wait and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
D-Dub, go ahead. What you got? This game.
I about the same. Yeah, man. Shout out to Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, played an excellent game. 31 of 44, 348, 2 TDs. Hey, can't. He's stepping up. I'd like to see more out the run game, but from Cincinnati. But it is what it is with them. T. Higgins played outstanding. Cincinnati's defense did what they had to do. They stepped it up. Now Buffalo, again, they've been on the fraud report list for quite some time. And Josh Allen, like DA said, great talent. He's good talent, but these interceptions, I believe he done threw five interceptions in the last 5 games, if I'm not mistaken. Something to that effect. Can't have that, man. That's part of the reason.
Part of the reason.
Yeah, and I don't want to single this guy out, but Josh Norman when I looked at the name, I said Josh Norman. I said no, it can't be Josh Norman. Josh Norman from Carolina.
Yeah,
he's found a way to get a job.
Or got a bag.
What is Josh Norman doing?
Whatever it is, his own defense, he'll be.
I don't know. He's there.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a cornerback with
whatever it is, his own defense.
He ain't got covered nobody man to man. I'm good.
Yo, I was just shocked. I said, this man, he's 35 years old.
He found his own, man. I just told you.
Okay.
Ain't no man with Josh. Yeah,
no. None of that.
Oh, so okay, so it's the zone. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so
he ain't gonna chase you now. He ain't gonna chase you.
Yeah, but if you in that circle, he's there.
He got you.
Oh, he's in that Madden circle. Okay,
6 yards in front of him. He got you.
Yeah. 3 yards around circumference.
He's on you.
I was like, okay, Josh Norman still okay. I was like, man,
38 years old.
I thought he was out the league.
I did too.
38 years old. So
I did too. Let me go on. No more football scores. The Jets and the Chargers go on at the Meadowlands tonight. The Jets are 3-point underdogs. Yeah.
Not if the quarterback from the Chargers throw the ball to the other team, they ain't. So
I got the Jets winning.
Yeah, I took the Jets also to win tonight. So we shall see. I'm not believing in that team that with the lightning bolts on the side of their helmets. Nah,
that was your boys before. You got that Bengals hat changed up.
You can't say the team name no more.
Hey, man. You know what it is. Transfer portal. Transfer portal fan.
Speaking of that, Villanova on. So
Villanova.
Oh,
yeah, basketball.
Mike is in the college basketball. That's the college basketball.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my main man Greg for watching. And the Don's table said the Jets tonight. Don's table, I'm with you. The Jets will win tonight. I'm definitely going to go with that. Let me read this real quick. About to make DA mad a little bit. It shouldn't make him mad because we already talked about it already. Shout out to the Raiders. Shout out to Antonio Pierce. He's getting his first victory as a coach on yesterday against my New York Giants. The Giants are god awful. Daniel Jones. He just went out yesterday. Had knee. He's gonna have
ACL. It's out for the year.
So he's out for the year. Giants just keep losing.
Keep losing, baby.
We get Michael Penix Jr. That's who I want.
Just don't draft Drake May, man. Anybody but May.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it.
But let me read this. If y'all don't know, y'all check this out. Yo, the coach, the former coach, Josh McDaniels, I think he's a little delusional. Let me read this real quick and we're gonna get out of here. When Antonio Pierce, this is from Jay Glazer. That's on Fox Sports, and Jay Glazer also have his own media kit here. It says when Antonio Pierce got up there, and this was last week, he said, "Look, guys, we have our own culture. It's got to be about our culture here." Glazer said, and he brought up the old Giants team that beat the Patriots, Josh McDaniels team in the Super Bowl in 2007 season. He said, "No matter who played, we thought we could beat them." This is what Pierce is saying. We had a game plan that we could beat them. We had to believe that. And that's not here. We don't do that here. We have to believe it's here as a Raider. We can beat anybody. When he finished up the speech, everybody thinks that was great. They clapped, they woo-hoop and hollered, except for who? Josh McDaniels, the coach at the time for the Raiders. Josh McDaniels then goes over to him and he says this: "Don't you ever talk about the Patriots like that."
He said that to another grown man?
He said that to Pierce.
He lucky Antonio Pierce ain't put his fucking head through his neck.
And then you really saw how divided the building got. This is according to Jay Glazer, actual quotes. At that point, Davis decided to side with Pierce and fire Josh McDaniels. You talk about a mess. You talk about somebody's being delusional. And that guy McDaniels, this is his second time around where he went to both places and he jacked up both franchises.
Listen, dog, stop.
That's a poll question. Poll question for: is Josh McDaniels delusional? Please.
We're gonna stop this, man. We're gonna stop this conversation.
Start him up.
When Eric Bieniemy still ain't get a goddamn job being a head coach, and this fool and got two. Right? We're gonna stop this. That's one. Part two of this BS, as I told everyone years ago, man. Don't drink the milk. Why? Because it's spoiled. All right? That's old little rascals. If you don't know what it is, that's what it is. All right? Don't take no coaches from the quote-unquote Belichick coaching tree, because Belichick did it all. He's a micromanager. He does it all. So when these guys leave, you think they know a lot, but they don't know a lot. The players know because they had to do it. The coaches don't know. And they're batting 0 for 1,000 right now. Like, you can't find a coach of his, and there's no disrespect to Belichick because he's winning, but you can't find a coach that came from that tree that won more than 6 games in a year ever.
Damn, 6 games.
6 games?
And I'm saying it off the top of my head.
Romeo Crennel?
6 games in a season? Nope.
Mangini?
I doubt it.
The producer ain't working.
Mangini made the playoffs. Mangini made the playoffs.
Saban?
I don't know if Mangini. Yes, you're right. And I don't know if Mangini coached long enough for him to be put as part of the tree. So yeah, I give
Jeff
Mangini.
Schwartz?
Who?
Was it Schwartz? I think it's
part of that. Jim Schwartz.
Yeah. He's part of it
now.
Joe Judge.
Oh,
Judge, I mean, where's Joe have?
And they all go running back to who? To Daddy. They all
back to Daddy.
To the back. What's that dude's name? Pietro. What's his name?
Oh, that's another one that went back home to Daddy. Hat in the back. Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia.
Dude that had no wins.
Matt Patricia.
No wins.
Yeah.
We need to start talking about this tree because that tree is dead.
Joe Judge. Yeah, man.
Listen, man. Dudes, Rastafarians are taking weeds off that tree to smoke. Ain't nothing there, man.
Romeo Cornell was head coaching record 32-63. Josh McDaniels.
85 years.
Yeah. Bill O'Brien.
Oh God.
52-48 coaching record. A little bit. He did.
Yeah,
Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia coaching record 13-29-1. Jesus Christ. Eric Mangini was 33-47. The jury's out on Joe Judge.
One more than the loss. So.
Brian Flores. It's 24-25.
All right, yeah. Who the coach?
Too much.
Who the coach mistake who it was and gave out the wrong information for Brian, so he knew.
We're not going.
Hey, Brian. Good job on getting that job, Brian. And, shit.
That's you. That's you.
I meant white Brian. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. No, this has been fourth and long as fuck.
I forgot about that too. Yeah, wrong Brian. Jesus Christ.
How many of us have them? All right, fellas, it's time for me to go sleep, man.
Listen, it's been a really great show. Don't forget to tune in on this coming Thursday, our regular day that we have. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Debbie, thank you for tuning in. Greg, we had on Greg last week. He's at the Stadium Reviews. He's on. Shout out to the Don's Table. Thank you for tuning in. And all those on the Facebook side, the Twitter side. I believe, Mike, we're on Twitch, right?
Nah, no Twitch tonight.
Oh, no Twitch tonight. Okay, well, those when Mike is hooked up to Twitch, thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure, like I said, to like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Those on the podcast side, make sure you give us that 5-star review and give us that comment. Daryl, what you want them to do, D-Dub? I'm setting it up for you.
Oh, like us, hate us, but say something. I guess. Say something.
I just all drama, man. I ain't scared.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Check us out Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Don't forget our Gridiron College football analysis on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock. And if you miss them, go back and check us out, man. We have a lot to say.
Tomorrow, the rankings come out for next week. I think Georgia's going to jump back to number 1.
As they should. Yeah.
Their win.
They was talking about Bama. I don't know
right
how.
now. It really doesn't make any real sense right now because every week it's going to change. So.
Absolutely. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. For Daryl, the Mad Hatter D-Dubs, for Mike Mills, for the DA, for Dan, the hockey dude in his absence, and James the Angry One Warren in his absence. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast. Be good, be blessed. Have a great rest of the week.
I didn't get to that Caleb Williams either. I'm sorry.
Nope. Good later.